Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Peacemaker as a new series on HBO MAX, starring John Cena as Peacemaker. This, of course, is written and directed by James Gunn. And now, of course, this series picks up from the Suicide Squad movie. And in fact, in the first episode, they even do previously on, and they kind of give you a recap of what happened in Suicide Squad. So if you haven't seen that movie, you can kind of catch up right there in the first episode. So this follows his Peacemaker, Cena's character, as after the end of the Suicide Squad, and he's in the hospital for a few months after the events of those movies, and basically now how he's coping with after he gets out of the hospital and how he has to pretty much kind of put his life back together after the mission in Suicide Squad. And how he kind of gets roped back into that same organization, Argus, because after he's home for a while, they confront him again and say, "Hey, if you don't do this, go on this mission with us, then they're gonna send you back to prison because you still owe us for reducing your sentence." So he basically has to go on these assassination missions. So I'm not gonna get too much into spoilers here. Anyways, and he has to. So basically, and then they do build up a team around him to help him in these missions. In fact, they bring back a few of the characters from the Suicide Squad, the character of Amelia and John, who were basically on the team Argus. They were some of the support staff, and basically, as seen in Suicide Squad, where they kind of defy Amanda Waller's orders when the team went to go help the people, rescue people in the town from the giant starfish. If you've seen Suicide Squad, Starro, and they defied her orders, and so as punishment for that, they make Amanda Waller make them do this new project on theirs, and they're basically banished to this kind of really dingy basement where they have to run these operations out of. So they probably this basically as their punishment, and they have to be Peacemaker's handlers. So, but the thing is, I really enjoyed the show. It really dives into Peacemaker's mentality. I mean, of course, he's still pretty much a dick from where he was in Suicide Squad. But of course, in Suicide Squad, he had no redeeming value whatsoever. In this show, he does. I mean, you really kind of see a full character arc. You get into like his emotions, see like where he comes from, why he is who he is, and especially because also in the show you meet his dad by the name of August Smith, and of course he's really kind of a vile guy. He's really racist, and he really views his son Chris, Peacemaker, as a complete failure in life. So he's really disappointed, and calls him a pussy and all that stuff. So you really see where Peacemaker gets his mentality from. It's definitely from his father. So it really gives you insight into his life. He lives in a trailer. He's really got down, and then he also another really cool addition to it is his friend Vigilante, who walks around in a full ninja gear all the time, covering his face because he wants to be a vigilante just like Peacemaker. And he says he's Peacemaker's BFF, and he idolizes him, and they go out and have fun with each other too. But and then of course a new character. Her name is Leota, and she kind of helps. She's new to the team, and she's going to help be a liaison with Peacemaker and the team to help him complete the missions. But anyway, I wanted to review this show because they just dropped the first 3 episodes on HBO Max. So far I'm loving this show. It's so irreverent, so bombastic. I mean, you can definitely tell this is a James Gunn show. I mean, it's just full rocking out. There's just like crazy stuff that happens in like even just the first episode, and in the 2 episodes. And believe me, if you watch the first 3 episodes, I think you will be addicted. If you're even if you didn't watch the Suicide Squad movie, you watch these, you'll be blown. I think you will be hooked. Like I say, it's so much delves into his character. I mean, it's so funny. Oh, and then also I can't forget that he has a pet eagle. He named it Eagly. So and the eagle just pops up at different times throughout the show. It's pretty hilarious. So it's very funny. It is pretty violent. Just warn you, but it's kind of to be expected. It's James Gunn, so there's gonna be a lot of humor, a lot of violence. Some blood, a lot of blood. You know, people get murdered and stuff. You know, it's yeah, that's the genre of it. But I say, but the way he does it, it just it really brings humor to it. It kind of brings humanity to the characters. It's so well done. I think it's such a great continuation of what he did in the Suicide Squad. And I'm really looking forward to see where it goes. Oh, and if, of course, if you watch the show, do not skip the intros. The intro credits. It's hilarious because of course, Peacemaker's character is really into hair metal. In fact, there's a scene where he's in a girl's apartment. And he's like looking at all her old records. He's like, "Oh my God, Cinderella, yes," and you know, and Motley Crue, and all the hair metal bands. So in the intro, all the characters are. It's a the intro song is a hair metal song, and all the characters are on a stage dancing to it, and they're just doing this really silly dance to the song, and it's great. It's probably one of the best TV intros you've ever seen. So definitely do not skip the intro. You'll love it just for that. I think just the intro itself sells you on the show. So, but anyways, I just highly recommend Peacemaker. Check it out if you have HBO Max. I think it's supposed to be an 8-episode season. So the first 3 episodes are out. So I can't wait to see where this goes. Okay. So once again, everyone, thanks again for tuning in. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later.